Now, Todd, you're pretty ornery this morning.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you came in here in a huff. You've loudly sighed every 45 seconds.
Tell us what your problem is.
You want us to ask you what's going on.
I don't want to say this, but it looks like, and I didn't know you could actually literally do this, but it looks like you've slept in between the mattress and the box springs. And as we all know, that's you sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. You got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
I got up on the wrong side. I wish it wasn't literal, but I woke up between the mattress and the box spring.
That'll ruin your day.
It will. But that was 3 a.m. Repositioned myself. Realized.
Were you trying to get on the cold side of the mattress?
I was trying to flip it over because I was sweating through my mattress last night. Repositioned around 5 or 6 a.m. and realized that I had accidentally gotten between the box spring and the thing I always bump my shins on.
Yeah.
And so I slept the next 3 hours under that. And it would have been okay, but Butterbean was in town.
Oh, my God. He texted you?
He texted me.
Well, he loves to stay with you versus a hotel.
He loves to stay at my place.
If you don't know, Butterbean, very famous boxer.
Pasty white.
Google Butterbean, you'll get one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he slept on the top mattress while I was...
You don't have to say top mattress. It was the only mattress.
Yeah, you don't
it
have
sounds
two
like.
mattresses.
So, did Butterbean at any point wake up?
Princess and the Butterbean.
Well, yes. You know where I'm headed, Sam. Was he the princess and there was a, Butterbean?
You were the pea.
You were the
I don't know
pea.
what happened, but at the end of the night, he married the prince.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So it's Butterbean and you're the pea. It's Butterbean and pea.
And he, over the course of the night, put a ton of mattresses on top of your mattress and suffocated you?
Yeah, he suffocated the pea, me. And
Butterbean and the pea.
But I would have liked if it was a bunch of new mattresses because there's at least some softness.
Right.
It was all box springs.
Oof.
I think because he's a boxer.
Yeah.
He travels with box spring. And so...
That makes a lot of sense.
But I was getting out of the bed this morning, kind of flattened, and I saw Butterbean and a prince kneeling in front of him. Also trying on a glass shoe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I know princess stories. I'm not exactly what I think I'm the opposite of familiar with Princess and the Pea.
You're a stranger to it.
Yes. What is it? What happens to that princess?
I believe it's that if she can sleep the whole night without being bugged by the pea,
What
she gets to
happened?
marry the
She
prince.
tries
she gets
mattress
to marry the
after
prince.
mattress after mattress.
Yeah, but she keeps feeling the pee, so she eventually starts putting extra mattresses on top to try not to feel the pee, but she's like, I still feel the pee.
And what's the moral?
Don't be annoying.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the moral of most of these fucking
Well, that's a good thing to
storybooks.
teach
Don't be
young
annoying.
women.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick it. Oh, yes,
yeah.
I got it.
Wait. Kick it.
No, come on.
Yep, we honor that one. We honor that one, engineer.
The
You know
music-
which one to honor. Your honor. Your honor, please,
All right.
engineer, with
Well,
that one.
Jesus Christ.
You wear a robe for a reason.
Yeah. Well, welcome to another
Yes.
episode of
We
Judge
forgot to
engineer.
mention this is canon now. Our engineer is a judge. And we stand when they come in and we say the honorable engineer.
And we stand.
And
We stand when they try a new
We
style.
stand Judge Engineer.
And we
for
ship.
sure.
We ship judge engineer.
We ship
All right.
Judge Engineer.
Judge engineer.
All right.
See, it's not so hard to nail judge.
We
is
also
it?
shout out Judge Engineer.
Judge engineer. Yes, we do.
Shout out Judge.
Well, at this point, the little theme probably ended, so we'll start it again
No,
with a kick it. Oh, you
Yeah.
asshole. Okay.
We honor, Your Honor,
All right.
Your Honor.
that other, your kick it, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Teachers
You know what?
Lounge.
I had more to talk about. Let's dishonor both kick it's.
Okay,
What
Your
about-
Honor, do not kick it.
No
We
kick
are
it's, Your
not
Honor.
playing the theme song yet.
Hopefully it hasn't been
What do you?
kicked.
No,
What
I
about
already.
Rumpelstiltskin, huh?
Rumpelstilts.
Yeah, what
What
about him?
is Rumpelstiltskin?
That's
Firstborn.
Is it for? It's something about his name, right? Or is that someone else?
Yeah, he demands someone's firstborn for the gold that he spins, perhaps.
It's a woman in a dungeon.
Yeah.
And he shows up and he says, "I'll get you out of here if you can spin me golden yarn." Or
Well,
something
we've been
like
burying
that.
the lead, folks. Today is Myth Day.
Today's Myth Day.
It's going to be all stories and myths, fables and tales, Aesops to
Yes.
Baesops.
Yes.
And Baesops are the ones that I wrote. in a zine that never took off.
Yeah,
Aesops.
that's all your myths about your bay.
Yes, Humpty Dumpty was your above all else at one point.
Absolutely.
In Aesops.
Humpty Dumpty drawn a little differently in my story. Bay had back.
Let's just say
A little
yes.
more Humpty.
Let's just say it wasn't exactly a smooth egg.
No, it was a grotesque drawing of a really curvy woman that Sam drew. That he's
Really
been
curvy-
drawing
A
apparently.
really curvy egg.
A really curvy egg. But let's just
Doesn't
say
matter what
he
you call
gendered
it.
it. He gendered
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty.
And let's-
and it was grotesquely female.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what I mean by that.
I don't want to get into the big fat asses and all the king's horses.
Absolutely. Well, don't forget about all the king's
Well,
men.
that was interesting
Pulling
because it
just
kind
trunks.
of showed that you don't hate horses.
No.
Everything was switched over
Listen, I
to
don't
asses and titties and all that stuff, but the horses were left the same.
Big asses.
The horses had big asses, and a
Yes.
couple of those horses had big titties as well. I think they were maybe standing behind the other horses.
And you've been drawing these since you were
11th
young.
grade.
You were getting sent upstairs to your room.
Yeah, at 17.
At
I was
17.
drawing these at 17 is when I started.
What a perfect punishment for a 17-year-old. Go to your
Oh
room.
my God!
Well,
you
guess
don't
what was
wanna
in
go to
my
the
room? My art supplies.
Oh, so you'd get to it you'd get more busy.
It was like I was like a mad scientist up there getting busy on my Humpty Dumpty fables. I'm so happy that you guys finally let me do my little day.
Well, what about Rapunzel letting down her big fat booty?
That's right. Well, we all know.
That made no sense. Her booty liquefied into a string.
Well, what do you want to grab? A handful of hair or a handful of rump?
That is
Rub.
true.
Rub.
I've climbed to the top of a tower if a big chunky rump is up there. I'll do it.
All right, kick it.
Oh, come on.
Yes, we're honoring it, Your Honor.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
stage.
another episode of The Teacher's Lounge, the first, best, and only podcast pertaining to issues relevant to the Hamilton High School community.
Hello? Yes, Todd speaking.
Todd, come on.
Todd, hang on.
Save it,
Come on,
Todd.
what do we say about
Hello?
phone calls?
Don't take phone calls during the podcast.
Don't put him on
Todd.
speaker.
Yeah, I'll take a large.
They called you?
Getting a return call from some restaurant.
It's a return call. I'll take a large pizza.
Wasn't sure about
He's
that.
unsure.
Yeah.
He's not sure who called him. They blocked him.
Pepperoni. Hey, who is
How many
this?
restaurants did he call?
Todd, you don't
So
even know who it is? You
he
just
wa-
start ordering?
He wanted a call back from multiple restaurants, so he blindly stabbed at pizza. Maybe it was.
Who is this?
They're not answering? Or is it?
All right. Oh,
Okay.
hello?
Oh,
I'll take a large.
Was
okay,
nobody
okay, so they're
talking
on.
that whole
They're
time?
on. He knows who it is, and they're on. So let's see what he orders.
Yeah, I'll take a large. Little Caesars pizza.
Okay, so it's Little
So it's
Caesars.
Little
So the $5 foot long.
Didn't know you could call
so
in
now
or
it's
get delivery.
Subway?
Todd
And
doing this for attention?
I'll take this for.
Is this an attention call?
No, I'm just. Sorry, hold
Wait,
please.
I don't.
I've just been a little busy on the
I
app.
don't even.
so I keep
Your
getting all
phone's
these
not
phone
even
calls.
on. Your phone's not even on, Todd. What are you doing?
I
You've
just
been
want.
so busy on the dating apps that you couldn't order food.
I've been starving because I've been so busy.
Well, he's
on the
been
dating
dating all these restaurants via Yelp, and it's like, I guess they're finally, he must be hot in the scene right now.
Right.
All right, well, I got to call you back. I'm getting interrupted here.
I see.
Well, you're interrupting your
Yeah.
own show that you
Yeah.
started to host. So.
Well, I'll see you soon then.
Okay, so I see Todd's
TTYL.
doing a Yelp / Tinder app.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 He
You
was
remember
doing it
from last week or yesterday for us?
Yes. I
Todd, this
remember
is
that.
pretty fast progress. You already got people on callbacks.
I got people on callbacks. Well, I'm leaving pretty. I found that you won't get a call back if you're just like, hey, I want to meet up sometime, whatever. You got to call and be like, hi, I need you to call back immediately. There's an emergency and you're the only person that can help. Call 911 also.
Right.
And you get a quick call back when people get that message.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Seems pretty unhealthy, Todd. I don't know. That sounds call 911 also. I mean, you haven't even gone out on a date or to dinner
Have
with
you
these
seen
restaurants?
any of these restaurants? Are you seeing one? Does one feel like they're in the
Sending any
lead?
pics?
I'm
or-
playing the field right now.
You
Playing
are.
the field.
Oh, definitely sending pics.
Okay.
Definitely sending pics.
What kind of pics?
I mean, you
Just
and I did that
tasteful?
photo shoot, Sam. I feel like you're bearing the lead here. It's
Oh,
like, what kind
yeah.
of pics?
I forgot we took that one of the foot long.
We took the one of the foot long. So I was like, hey, can you make a sandwich better than this one? I made a foot long. We did kind of beauty makeup on it, turned the fan on. I accidentally got sucked into the fan.
A couple too many filters, I would say.
Too many filters.
I
was
liked
the
it.
note.
We were getting artistic. Oh, the note that you're giving you notes.
Yes,
Too many filters.
Too many filters. But you know, on sexts, you get notes all the time.
Right.
That's
Do
true.
you?
It's my experience. That's
Well,
all
tell
I
us,
know.
Todd. Are you getting anything back? Are you getting anything salacious back? Any sensuals?
Well, I did.
Some sweet sensuals?
Between you and me, Del Taco sent me a tortilla.
No! Whoa!
Hey.
That's kind
Empty?
of hot. Any bites out of it? Any of the little holes or anything?
No,
Yeah, are
but
there any holes?
there were some holes, no bites. So I don't know if a mouse had eaten some of the tortillas or
okay.
something like that.
No, that's you know what that means. I want you to take a bite.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
An untouched tortilla. That's that's
Well,
for you.
I
Well,
ta-
that's like third bouillabaisse.
yeah. I'm
Wait.
the third bouillabaisse with Del Taco tortillas.
Wow.
I just gotta. Somebody gave me a.
Who's the culprit? I didn't.
Was
do
that
it.
the judge? Did someone
Did
object?
the judge do it?
The
I don't.
judge, Your Honor.
It was either the judge or Howard.
It was me. It was me.
Mr. Judgment.
You guys know how I feel about bouillabaisse.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
never been to first.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the bouillabaisses. Okay, you guys know I have almost no experience.
Not only are you a virgin, but you're a complete baseball to sex virgin. You've never even gotten up to the plate.
No, I've never been given an at bat. I've been benched for my whole goddamn life.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. So when you guys start talking about stuff like this, it sort of reminds me of the last 53 years of my life.
So anytime
all I'm
anyone
saying.
talks about either sex, baseball, or bouillabaisse, you're gonna roll your eyes and make a sound.
Well, hey, I have sympathy for Howard. It's tough when
Thank
someone
you.
makes you remember the last 53 years of your life. That
That's
is a
hard.
hard time,
Well,
and we
that's a
shouldn't
lot
put him
of-
through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of time to take in simultaneously, Howard.
Yeah, especially
and,
this
and round it down to a failure.
Especially-
I mean, is there? Oh, what happened this week?
Well, it's my birthday. You guys know that. It's been my birthday.
Oh, of course.
You guys-
Oh yeah, I just have to get you something later today.
Oh, I'm looking at my calendar. It's in here.
No, I have something.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
yeah.
Whoa, that's awesome.
No, this is exactly what I mean. This has been the
70
toughest.
years old. Wow.
It's not, you guys don't even know me.
Huh?
You don't even know me.
Oh, 53, 54, 54, 54.
yeah.
You're turning 54,
I'm turning
and we know when it
54.
is this week.
When is-
You're 54.
Which of the days is my birthday? Is
Hey,
it? I'll
listen,
give you a
if
multiple
you
choice.
still care about your birthday, go to hell. If you still, and you care about it and you make other people care about it, kill yourself. We here on the lounge have adapted once every 5 years you get one. And you get to invite people, but we ain't doing them every year.
And the general rule is don't even get close to remembering how many actual years old you are because it's going to be different every time you say it.
It's going to be different every time. Let's not be specific.
Not be specific.
But come on, if you want to celebrate your birthday, hit me up with a text.
I did.
Let me know it's your birthday.
I
But
have.
if you expect me to remember everyone in my life's birthday, you have not. When did you text me?
I texted you this morning. I texted you guys this morning.
On
Was
which
that
phone?
what that was?
Which phone?
Huh?
Which phone?
You have more than one phone?
Well, we
Yes.
got a Howard phone and we got everybody else.
You
for
guys
the
have
group text.
You guys have specific phones for me?
Yeah,
Well,
we got
you're
the burner.
always blowing us up.
Ah.
So we had to get.
I text you maybe once a
No,
day.
but you do that triple text. You don't just put it in one body. You ping me 3 times.
yeah, but in a row, it's not. It's all one complete continuous thought. I don't have.
wish it were.
What do you? Oh,
But
come
then
on.
there's obviously the follow-up email. Hey, check your texts.
Yeah,
And then the
I,
pigeon.
and then I pop into your classrooms on my breaks.
Yeah.
I also check in with your other friends and your family so they can check in to see if you've talked to them about talking to me.
What's in it for us? Your birthday. Pitch it to us. What are we doing?
Well-
Where are you taking us? Why are we showing up?
I can't do
It's
any
like
of that.
a wedding that you have to throw.
Wait, you can't get into it.
I can't. No, I can't do any of that because you guys already missed it. It was going to be lunch today. That was what the text I texted you guys. I said
Shoot,
we're
I
going to
was
have a
free.
big lunch.
I was free. I would have gone.
You should have looked at your text.
Big
messages.
lunch, big birthday lunch, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
How was it? I'm sorry to miss it. What'd you do?
I mean, it was fine.
Was that setup over there on the concrete picnic tables?
Yes.
Was that you?
It was the bouncy
Small
house.
setup, right?
Yes, I got
It's
it.
just
Just sad, like tablecloths.
Well, you know when the wind blows and everything keeps blowing away? I mean,
Yes.
that must have happened 100 times.
Must have.
Yeah, I did. It would have been nice
You
to
guys
have.
saw it.
It
Punch bowl.
You guys saw it and didn't walk up.
I didn't know what it was.
Well,
But
let's-
now that he says it was the concrete.
would've-
table
Well,
thing,
let's just say we took some photos and videos and we put them on
No.
YouTube. But we didn't know.
I didn't
We
know
It
until
was-
I looked at the videos.
It would have been really great.
It was
to
birthday.
Have,
We titled it "Birthday Party Gets Set Up and Blown Away 15 Times in a Row."
pretty literal. Pretty literal. Yeah.
Well, we had to.
It would've-
to get the clicks.
all I'm saying
and we
is-
monetized it, and we're rolling. In the
All I'm
dough.
saying is it would have been nice to have a few extra set of hands to hold the
know.
napkins down.
I know.
It would have been really nice to have somebody to go help me replace the cake when it blew off of
It's a light cake?
Yes.
That was your problem. It seemed like you filled the cake up with helium and the balloons up with dough.
See,
That's just me. That's just me. But is that true? Is that what
I
happened?
didn't do it. The store did, and I didn't catch the mistake until it was too late.
Let me say that was the most delicious balloon I've ever had.
You ate
we
my
had
balloon?
Well, once
After
people
you
started
blew
commenting,
away.
they were like, "It seems like the balloons and the cake got mixed up. You guys should eat a balloon." So we did our own little side video. We made some content eating the dough balloons.
Well, did you guys do that when I fell asleep? I fell asleep by myself out there. Did you guys?
What
come
didn't you
up-
hear us? Down, 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 down.
Oh yeah, we were.
You did
This is
that.
cake
Yes.
balloon.
We jackassed cake balloon. You fell asleep. We tied some strings to your feet. We hoisted you up.
Hogtied.
That's not fair.
Tied you,
That's
and
not
you
nice.
became pinata.
I, are you?
You
A
became
character we invented.
yes, not what you think.
Okay.
Like we hit you with bats and you cracked.
So then, what are the
No.
bruises on my stomach from?
Pinata.
What are
the character?
What are the bruises on my stomach from?
That's from when we filled you with candy and had people punch it out of you.
Okay, so that's
Pinata, the character, is very similar to Pinata, the thing.
But you weren't a pinata. You were a character named Pinata.
I just really wish you guys had done any of this with my knowledge. You know,
You were asleep.
we thought sleeping,
were like,
we thought the sleeping was the thumbs up.
You didn't want to wake him up on your birthday.
Oh, because we knew. That's right, Todd. Because we knew.
Because we knew.
unbelievable.
So really, we were at your birthday and honestly orchestrated it.
no, you didn't. You didn't do
Pinata
jack
was.
shit.
You really nailed the character. Of
I will
Pinata.
say, people are expecting an apology for Pinata.
From who?
Yes.
Oh yes,
There are-
it's offensive. It's offensive in all caps. Everyone.
Well, you
says.
guys better give him one.
Well,
No.
fortunately for us, you were talking in your sleep,
What?
but it was offensive.
I couldn't believe what you were saying.
I
No.
couldn't believe it.
And yeah, sure, I had a stick on your mouth, and I was doing the movement, but you were making the noises.
Howard, I can't believe in 2020 you would do pinata like that.
I didn't.
The voice.
I want to let
The
everybody.
voice.
I want-
so
no.
offensive.
I
What
wanna-
liberties?
I want to let everybody out there know who's listening. Let them know that I had nothing to do with Pinata. I would never do a character.
Here's what
named
I real
Pinata.
listening
Here,
today.
here's
would
what I
never.
will say. You got a call back from Mad TV.
What?
I
a
don't
writer?
know how. I don't know how, but apparently you have a call back this afternoon for Mad TV.
We all know you started on SNL for
Yeah.
the second shortest now the time in history.
Yeah.
Pinata got you straight to the front of the line.
Are you kidding me?
No.
No,
When was the audition? When's the audition? I said is.
When was the audition?
that's today at 5. Oh, they saw the tape. They saw it on YouTube. They were scouring the net.
What?
And they saw your
It's at
character.
5, guys. It's 4:15. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I have to get.
But
the
do
new-
you want to do it?
I think we're all pretty prepared for the audition on your behalf. Just go to sleep and we'll take care of it.
If you want to pass out at the end of this recording, you can do it in your sleep. It's so easy for you.
You could do it in your sleep.
Unbelievable.
Congratulations. This is big. I mean, they told
Yes.
me last time I emailed Mad TV that they weren't taking submissions.
I
so
had
that's
no
big.
idea that Howard was easily the funniest and most offensive one of us. I just was not sure of that, but now I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, I mean, speaking of most offensive, you have now taken on the whole smell of the climbing gym.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Right. That's right.
And we all know when we see you that you've worked out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, your
By
workouts.
design.
You were turning into chicken fingers last week.
Yeah, that's right.
What's new in the climbing world? You've got your community there.
Well, as you can see, I'm wearing thin tank tops, spaghetti strap, Everlast tank top. I'm screaming every step I take, and just wanting everyone to know
Why
that
do you
I've been
scream?
working
Your
out.
knees are in bad shape or what? Why do you scream every
just
step you take?
intensity, just because
Oh, okay.
intensity. You know what I
Right.
mean? I look a little bit like a chicken strip still, but now I also look like a real intense gym guy who goes way too much.
You're like a chicken strip at Gold's Gym.
Exactly. So yeah, it's been going really well. I've been
been kinda
terrifying
good.
a lot of people. People come up and say they want to bite, but then if they get too close, I have sort of a roid rage reaction.
And I can see your fingernails are gone.
Oh, completely.
I think you've been using a little bit of too much fingernail on the wall.
I think you're right.
little
People
bit
were
of-
telling me that you're supposed to use your fingers.
Right.
I thought it was fingernails.
Nails.
So I
Wow.
actually had very little contact with the surface of the wall because I was using finger, toe, fingernail.
Finger, toe, fingernail.
But I did have
Finger
my.
toe.
Is it not toenail and fingernail?
the name of the technique.
It's finger, toe,
The
fingernail.
name of the technique is finger, toe,
Finger,
fingernail,
toe,
right?
fingernail. Finger, toe,
Put
fingernail.
one
wait.
finger on your toe.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you use your fingernails with the other?
That's right.
That's
right.
hard.
It's oh my god. Well, that's advanced. It's the advanced stuff, and I want to look cool when I'm climbing. So I do fingernail, finger, toe, and everybody is pretty.
Hold up,
excited
fingernail,
to see it.
finger, toe. I thought it was finger, toe, fingernail. Fingernail,
it's-
finger, toe is different.
Well, when you go up, you're using fingernail, finger, toe. When you're
Okay.
going down, you're going finger, toe, fingernail.
Okay.
So
Makes
you
sense.
get it. You
Yeah.
get
So
it.
every
get
time
it.
you grab, you've got to touch your toes.
Every time you grab, you have
with
to
your
touch your
finger.
toes and also touch the rock with no skin.
Okay.
You have to grab with just the thin nail, which is. I mean, look at your own nails. Think about how hard that would be.
Yeah.
That's
you
where I'm
gotta
at.
you gotta get stronger fingernails. Are there exercises you can do that make just your fingernails stronger?
Great question.
Yeah, you can do a crab
Good.
walk, a reverse crab walk.
Oh.
Back up in the air, kind of a cat-cow move, only on the nails
Oh,
to
okay.
develop density.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can also sit in a hot tub for a long time and let them swell up. You can let your fingernails swell
So
up.
sitting in a hot tub makes them harder, not softer.
Well, it makes them softer, but it also grows them. Every time your fingernails swell up, they stay big. So and that's the other big part of bouldering is you got to go in a hot tub right after to grow the nail.
I can tell that you've been doing that because you look so dehydrated. You go from a heavy workout to a hot tub, and I don't know. and to a hot tub before, I don't know when you're drinking water.
Well, it's a big commitment for my life. I am getting very dehydrated, but I brine every night. So I'm sitting in a solution of salt water, sugar, and water.
Oh, it's a saltwater tub.
Seasonings that I can't tell you about.
Okay.
Secret.
Okay.
So secret spices,
Little secret
all
spice.
for bouldering, all for rock climbing.
Okay, so eventually you are going to cook yourself back up, is what you're
Of
saying.
course, every day on the rock, baby.
Okay.
Every day on the rock. Then people take some
It's
nibbles.
an indoor versus outdoor routine, right?
Yes.
Your indoor routine is sort of in preparation for your outdoor routine.
That's
Because it seems like
absolutely
you're
right.
tanning up, but it feels like it might be, or it smells like it might be smoked paprika.
Well, I do it a lot of different ways.
Sort of.
Sometimes I'll do what I told you guys the other day. I'll take an egg wash, then I'll hop in the the flour seasoned the talc.
It was talc. Are we?
Well, now it's flour. It's flour. It's
Well, yeah,
seasoned
it
flour
tastes
with
terrible.
spices I can't tell you about. And so sometimes I'll be a nice crisped up wing, but also I'll do a grill. I'll just go.
Healthy option.
Absolutely. I'll just pour some vinaigrette on myself, climb up the rock, and put as much of my skin on the rock as I can,
Yeah.
and be grilled on the hot surface.
Now, I heard that a lot of times if there's a particularly good climber at the gym in town, some scouts will show up, sort of like different people. I heard rock climbing scouts are some of them are showing up, but Wendy's showed up. Looking at you,
That's
taking
right.
a look at you.
That's right. Well, as we all know, Wendy's has new chicken strips and they're garbage. So they were showing up to check me out and see if I might be suitable for the menu.
Okay, and so you're possibly going to give them the spices recipe?
Well, we'll see if money talks. You know what I mean?
I love
If
Wow.
Have they made you an offer?
Not yet. I'm hoping they make me an offer I can't refuse. But nothing yet.
I saw you climbing yesterday, and I was looking around, and I was like, "Is that Wendy?" And then you hear some rumblings, and you go, "That's the Colonel over there."
Yes, Colonel
and
was
then,
there.
behind me, Popeye.
I know. It's
Wow.
getting ridiculous.
And then in the field next door, those Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A cows.
I almost said
Chick-fil-A cows.
moose.
The moose.
they-
the cows. We're calling cows moos now. Everybody
Yes,
knows
everybody
that out
knows.
there.
Everybody knows. We're
Chick-fil-A
calling
moose.
animals by their sound.
Cows are moos. Dogs are barks. Cats are
chickens are peacocks.
peacocks.
Yeah,
Chickens.
Chickens are peacocks.
Chickens are peacocks. Yeah. And so I saw the Chick-fil-A moo there.
Yeah, it's been tough. I'll tell you what, it feels nice to be sought after. You know? First
Yes,
time in
it
my
does.
life I've ever actually been sought sought after by a big corporation. I
Wow.
feel like an athlete for the first time.
It gives you some validation.
Bill
It
gave
is
you
nice.
a big nod on that. Feels good to be
Yes.
noticed.
Well, they were there.
Yes.
Bill, your Instagram advertising is getting you a lot of fans.
Bill, you almost
Thank
look
you.
at peace. You're so happy.
I don't know. I mean, I've stumbled upon an amazing idea. It's falling into place. When things happen, they happen.
Wow, you have faith in the divine all of a sudden. You are.
I don't know. I feel at peace. I feel wanted.
And this peace and this oneness is from the beef diaper?
The beef diaper.
It literally
The
fell
beef-
into your lap one day and you never looked back.
The beef diaper, as you all know, if you didn't listen last week or the week before, or maybe it was just last
I
week,
think it was just last week.
we're all familiar with that little meat pad underneath the ground beef
steaks.
in the tray that soaks up the blood. I have developed my own meat pad called the beef diaper, and it's more absorbent. It doesn't stick to your meat like it does sometimes, and it's to replace that meat pad.
And you know what my favorite part is? It stays where you put it.
It stays where you put it.
That is awesome. You put this diaper on any sort of beef or meat that you want, and it stays where you put it.
It
Yeah.
does stay.
It stays.
Okay, because what I want when I'm cooking beef is that it does not stay on the meat,
Yeah.
right?
No, it
You mean
stays
in the
where you
container,
put it on
in
the
the container.
container.
Once
Oh,
you
in the
once you take it
container.
off and put
I
it
see.
elsewhere.
And we
I
all
see.
saw your episode of Shark Tank where Mark Cuban gave you a real hard time about this sort of issue. That
There's already one in the packaging, and
Yeah.
why would you buy it, take
Yeah.
it out, put
Yeah.
mine in, and put the packaging back
Yeah.
on? Oh, shut up, Cuban.
I thought he was a poor sport because he got it stuck on his head. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, all those judges are obviously on the prowl when they're upset they didn't think of something. So they come after you. They ask you these questions. They put you in a corner. But the beef diaper will prevail.
So you think,
I know it will.
You
A lot
thought sorry, I was just because you thought all the people on Shark Tank really liked your idea because it was
No, they're jealous.
yeah.
Jealous.
It was
Shark Tank's jealous of the beef diaper.
It was Guinness screeched to a halt and said it was the absolute shortest segment in Shark Tank history.
right.
Well, yeah, because they don't even want to entertain the thought of
The
it.
segment was short, but I will say the blowback on your end was long. Well, I don't know if y'all saw, but Bill was in full FUBU trying to impress one of the
Damon.
charts.
Trying
Well, no,
to impress
oddly
Damon.
trying to impress Cuban.
Yeah.
He's in full mood. I guess he didn't know who the actual founder was.
He
Well,
kept
I
saying,
also had a big
Cuban,
illegal cigar. I had a big illegal cigar.
and a sandwich.
What was the sandwich for? Yes, the pork sandwich.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a sandwich. And what are the other two judges? What's their names? What they did?
Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful. As you know, I was playing that song "Everything Is Wonderful Now" by Everclear. And I would
So,
scream,
Everybody,
"Mister."
picture this. Bill walks out with his beef diaper.
They've said no immediately.
Already said no. He is in full FUBU, illegal cigar, eating a sandwich.
An illegal oversized cigar,
cigar.
to make the point.
It's
Everclear's
big.
Everything Is Wonderful Now is playing. And Bill is trying to introduce himself, but every time they say wonderful in the song, he has to stop to yell Mister.
I yell, "Mister!" Everything is Mister Wonderful now. So I do that, and I think there's another judge,
Lori, is that her name?
Lori.
Lori, the QVC judge.
Lori, and what's her last name? We don't know, but Lori is. Lori is there, and sometimes I go, "Excuse me, is that Miss Metcalf?"
Because you think it's Lori Metcalf.
And I go, "That's Lori Metcalf."
Well, that should impress her because she's a different Lori. So no, it's not
So
her,
I'm
but it
doing
is
it.
someone like her.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know. It's
But
really
they
cool.
dismissed the beef diaper, and just like the clothing line, Buck Mason, I'm not taking the deal.
But who did have you on to talk about the beef diaper? Byron Allen on Comics
Byron Allen,
Unleashed.
and you're on Unleashed.
Byron
You were
Allen,
on the late
I
night
went
2 a.m.
right
comedy
across the hallway
Same
to
studio,
another
yeah.
studio, knocked on the door. I said, "Byron Allen, you got to let me on panel." And I went on panel on Comics Unleashed.
His setups for you were incredible.
Oh my God.
So you're telling me you got a diaper for beef?
Yes, and I would go into the pitch, and then the guy who drank the pee in Dumb and Dumber would go 3 times.
Harlan Williams is there.
Harlan Williams is
The
there.
panel was you, Harlan Williams,
Yes.
Lampanelli, and JB Smoove.
Yes.
And I tell you what, it was,
And it will be for the next month, right?
and it went so well. They said they're doing a residency.
Yes. So I have a residency on Comics Unleashed right now, promoting the beef diaper. My setup question is always, so Bill, you have a diaper for beef, and I've offered Byron Allen 10% of the profits.
Wow.
And he signed the deal, so that's why he's having me on.
Oh, I saw a couple of the later setups for you too. They were a little more subtle. You know what I mean?
Little subtle.
So, Bill, you're telling me you got bloody beef blood all over your house?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
All over your
and
house.
I don't know what to do about it. Luckily, I own a company called Beef Diaper, and it soaks up the blood. And yeah, he throw me any setup right now, beef related and blood related. Anything. It can be anything, Byron. I'm practicing for Byron.
So, Bill, I hear you have a couple kids. That must be hard if you're cooking beef for dinner.
Absolutely, because the last thing you want on your children is beef blood. But luckily for me, I've got the beef diaper and I own rights, except me and Barron Island, we split the profits. He gets 10, I get 90.
Well,
Pretty good, Bill.
I'm excited for this venture and where it takes you, Bill. It seems like you're finally connecting to something. To obviously ignore your family still, but it's still a connection, and that's nice. Can we take a quick break? I'm getting a phone call.
I'd love it.
Oh. All right, folks, thanks so much for sticking it out through the break. We appreciate that. You know, you got a lot of choices for the media you consume, and you choose the
Yes,
Teachers
thank
Lounge, and
you,
we
thank
appreciate it very much. You know, we're really excited for our guest today because, to be honest, his daughter has been causing some trouble around the school, and it's going to be nice to finally sort of see him face to face. You probably know his daughter, Denny, as a bully.
Denny Jr.
Okay, Denny, very sorry.
Yep.
Very sorry. And
Howard,
now,
you've already pissed
I
him
know.
off.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't know why I'm here.
Well,
Sorry, Denny.
it's just nice to sort of talk to parents one-on-one every now and then. So I'll just introduce you. This is Mr. Denny DeLorean.
Yep, it's Denny DeLorean.
Hey, Danny.
Denny cracking his knuckles.
Yeah, that's me.
Denny.
Danny, well, we brought you in here because, you know, we've got your daughter's been causing trouble on campus, Denny Jr.
I don't know why this place should not be called a school. It should be called the place where spirits go to die. Because my girl is a strong girl. She's a very, very strong girl.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm frightened of her, actually. And she's got a strong personality, and she wants to assert it, and that's what I'm a feminist, basically.
Right.
And I believe in letting my girl do what she wants to do, say what she wants to say, be who she wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, Denny, we had a little bit of trouble with Denny at recess. We had to bring in a big tractor tire for her to flip over.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't do any swinging or really seesawing.
Oh, she does swinging, but with her fists.
Yes. Well, she was having so much aggression, we needed her to get some of it out on the playground, so we brought in a big tractor tire. She flips it over.
We basically turned her lunch break into what Cesar Millan does with very energetic dogs. She's on a treadmill, just running real fast.
Yep.
And you
That's
know,
good.
It is, but we were thinking, you know, we all come from families where, you know, we blame our parents for a lot of our issues. And so we were thinking, let's go to the source for Denny's aggression and you know, lack of self-control, Denny Sr., which is you.
Yeah.
Do you think you maybe passed down some things? Was the household angry or?
Our household?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it is, it's a bubbling cauldron, basically. It's a pressure cooker. My wife and I, we are deeply in love, but we can't stand each other.
Right. Of course.
Classic.
And we have 6 kids. Danny Jr.'s the youngest. I had to wait for a girl before I could get one that I could name after myself.
You wanted a female Denny Jr. to be named after you.
No,
not-
my wife wouldn't let me.
Oh,
She just wouldn't let me name any of them. And to be honest, it was a difficult birth. And my wife was under sedation, and I signed the papers before she could say otherwise. And I had to go away for a month. I had to go because my wife's got a temper. She's got a real bad temper. I think, although I'm not sure, I'm not like a introspective kind of fella. I think Denny Jr. might have gotten that from her mom.
I see.
Yeah.
I heard she did. She ripped the umbilical cord herself.
She did.
came and pulled it apart.
She did. She did. Denny Jr. did.
so Denny Jr.
Denny
was
Jr.
born.
ripped her own umbilical cord?
Mhm, she did.
Yeah.
She was born with 6 teeth, and she bit right through that thing. Could not believe it. And I actually had to pull it away from her. She was gonna eat it.
Yeah, she wanted to save more of it for later. She was she was hoarding it.
She went right at the placenta. And I was like, no, little baby, no. Right. And I hadn't named her Denny Jr. yet. I wasn't sure that I could get away with it until I was really sure that my wife was out.
Got up, ran down the hallway, ripped through most of the red meat at the hospital.
She did. She did. She had, like I said, she had 6 teeth, and they were sharp.
Right.
You know, like puppy teeth are real sharp, like needles.
They hurt.
Like hers are like sharp teeth.
Wow.
And it was 3 rows of 2.
And that hasn't changed.
No.
Also,
No.
she's now a 16-year-old girl who has 3 rows of very sharp teeth.
Yes.
For listeners at home, just so they know, we have had to call animal control several times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to sort of get her.
Well, I mean, the police won't have anything to do with her. They don't. They're all afraid.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want
I
it
don't
back in
blame
here.
them.
Right.
I don't blame them. I mean, she's ruined more Christmases just with fire.
Yes.
And then
There was that year of
Yuletide blaze around town, as
the
they were
Yuletide
calling it.
blaze. Yeah, everybody was looking for the flaming Santa Claus. She would come down people's chimneys and light all the presents on fire.
She would, and she's so fast.
Oh my
You
god!
know, you half your house is lit up, and then
Yes.
you're like, what was
Crazy.
that?
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is you guys were awarded millions from Paramount for the new. It's apparently going to be the new Grinch.
It's true. It's true. It's called Little Fire, Little Elf, Little Fire Elf.
Little fire elf.
Took me a minute to remember.
Yeah, no. Jim Carrey's already in the suit, learning the movements.
He is.
He's been in the suit for 2 months, apparently.
Yep. No, it's there's never been a Christmas movie that really tackled the notion of holiday arson.
right.
So this is good because it's finally, it's an idea that's time has come.
It's raising awareness.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Denny, you're an incredibly mild-mannered guy.
I am.
When we were bringing you in, I could have swore you were going to come in here and just immediately tear us apart.
Yeah,
But
I
you
thought-
seem
no.
like- You seem chill, I'd say.
Well, I'm afraid.
Okay.
It's I'm afraid a lot. To be honest, I live in such a constant state of fear
Right.
that I have almost no control over my bodily functions. So I have to keep it chill, or else I swear to God, I'm going to mess this chair.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's
now
terrible.
that's something I can relate to, brother. I have so much trouble. I think it's fear, confrontation, but I will mess myself right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you found this, but it's a good way to get to ease the situation.
It sure.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a good way to get out of church.
Right.
Are we talking about shitting ourselves?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We sure are.
yeah.
I didn't know we could say that.
Hey, feel
Oh, yes.
free here.
All right.
Feel
Yes.
free. I mean, don't let the beast out, but feel free.
I won't.
So
I
you'll
won't.
fake, not fake, but you'll shit yourself and you'll get out of church.
Yeah, sure. I sure
a great
will.
idea.
I sure will.
Because God doesn't know the difference.
Well, I'm what you call an agnostic, but I kind of keep that a secret from my wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Is she violently religious or atheist?
no, she's very, very, very religious.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
hide
yeah.
that from her. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she don't want me sitting next to her if I've got full pants. She
let
lets
you
me
go.
go.
Nobody does.
She lets
Yeah.
me go. Yeah. And they just they actually put a garden hose next to the church for me. And I just wear just like track pants. Real
So
cheap
they-
ones.
They're okay with you coming back in and rejoining the
No,
service?
I don't come back in.
Okay,
I just
okay.
clean off and then
Okay.
I wait in the car, or I'll go down to the community room and get a head start on the lemon bars.
Right.
Can
you
I
are
ask-
famous for your lemon bars.
Do you keep
So you'll
pants?
you'll
toss
shit
them?
yourself and you'll start making the bars?
No, I'm eating the bars. Okay. Yeah, no. Unless you get down there right away, people, it's like a rush to get past the pastor. Like,
Right.
nice sermon, pastor, and then but they're elbowing each other to get to the
Right. It does
You
get
know what everyone's
pretty.
down there for.
Yeah, it's like Black Friday getting
Sure
into the
is
church luncheon.
Oh, it sure is.
It's wild.
But anyway, I guess I do want to apologize for Denny Jr. I know she's a handful, and we have thought many times of institutionalizing her.
Oh, wow.
But I tell you what, we're a farm family,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you about harvest time. Her anger comes in handy because she just punches the corn off the stalks.
She's functioning as a big 2-ton
She just goes
combine.
punching them corn ears right off.
Right.
And you just got to go behind her with a basket and catch them.
Yes.
Yeah.
She actually really helped out in the Midwest. She supplied almost like all of the corn this year for
She
one of the
did.
farms. She just can kind of mow it all down and process the kernel.
That's
off
right.
of the shucks.
She's also, when there's all kinds of different farm activities and labor that she's good at. Castrating hogs. You don't need
That's
a
a good
knife.
skill.
You don't need a knife.
She just rips them off.
Oh, she loves it. And I got to tell her, no, honey, there's only one time of the year we do that.
Yeah.
You can't just rip the testicles off of everything you see.
Right.
We've had to tell her that on campus.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I get the notes. My wife don't read them.
Well, and we've had to resort to, we can't even contact you guys anymore. We just send a note and hope that things change.
No. I see them, but but that's just, I know you tape them to between her shoulder blades so she doesn't know it's there. That's right. And then I get home and then it's how I know. That's how I communicate with a lot of people. It's just, I tape a note. I call it the shoulder blade mail.
It's a very good name. It's very straightforward to the point.
It is.
We know where to find it.
Right. I didn't want to make it, I don't want to make a cute name for it.
Right.
But like with the, different people like my lawyer or social workers. Or
Not a ton of people showed up to your birthday party a couple years ago because most of the invitations were sent shoulder blade.
they were, and people were afraid to get them off of her because you got to. I told people when I'd see them, I'd whisper it real quick. Because usually I'm out with, and my wife comes with me, and I'd whisper it real quick. I'd say, "You can dart her," and you can just dart her, and then if she goes down, then you can get the note off of between her shoulder blades.
Oh, so
That's what you
sedate
were
her.
whispering.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, dart her.
So you're actively.
You and I would walk by each other at the Krugers all the time, and you would be whispering something so fast, but looking back and forth. They'd be like, "What did he just say?"
Yeah, what I was saying was dart her. Get it, Junior, dart her.
I thought you were asking if I had a daughter.
No.
We would have these quick whispery conversations with each other.
No, you got to get her, and you got to get her in the neck, because that's the only place where the hide isn't so thick.
Hide.
Yeah. Well, her skin.
Okay.
I call it hide because it's too thick to be people skin.
I know.
And are you still renting her out for bull riders to practice
Oh,
on?
I sure am. Yeah, they. You know what? Actually, that's like something that actually does calm her down,
Right.
Because if you can't ride Denny Jr., you shouldn't be on the PBR circuit. That's for sure.
That's true.
That's
like-
for true.
It's like a weighted bat. It's very
So-
much the weighted bat. of
And
bulls.
she actually is calmed by the sound of breaking bones.
Wow.
So she goes through the wannabes, and it calms her down.
I see.
Enough so that the good guys can actually get what would be akin to a PBR level ride, as opposed to trying to tame a cyclone.
I see.
A cyclone with triple row teeth.
The big issue with her, though, is she does not let the barrier stop her from getting to the rodeo clowns.
Oh, no.
She'll hop that barrier.
No.
They are not safe in a
I tell you,
barrel.
some reason she doesn't like clowns. She's like the only person
so
I ever
weird.
knew that didn't like clowns.
Clowns
We
are
love
awesome.
clowns on
They're
here.
not,
Nobody
loves
they're
clowns.
not weird at all.
They're funny.
They're normal
They're
and
funny.
funny.
You see that It too? Oh, that was
Hilarious.
funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Funny.
That was
funny
People were
stuff.
jumping in the theater, running out. I was
I'll
like, it must
tell
be
you.
too funny.
Yeah, why would they put Bill Hader in this if it wasn't a comedy?
Right,
know.
exactly.
Denny, I got a question for you. I kind of feel bad that you live in fear all the time. I mean, is there any way we could get you to set a boundary or put your foot down or?
I've tried so many things. Reconstructive surgery. I made a deal with the U.S. Marshals to relocate me.
Wow.
But they said that unless Denny Jr. or my wife committed some kind of federal crime, that I was just I was shit out of luck.
So right, I remember that because you tried to become a postman.
I did.
Or a cop.
I did.
Because you were like, well, then it'll be federal.
I threw Danny Jr. into the Federal Reserve, hoping she'd take off an arm or a limb or come out with a mouthful of bullion. But she didn't. She didn't.
She ate a couple of gold bars that
She
day.
did. She did. And I tell you, it ruined our plumbing. But
Jeez.
that it's how I bought my boat.
That's true. You sifted out
I sure
the
did.
gold from Denny dropping.
I did.
Because you guys were on septic. Yeah,
I did.
luckily.
Yeah. No, it just shattered the toilet. And I went in there, and it was like finding a pearl in a broken shell.
But instead, it was a
It was a gold bar
inside of a toilet.
Gold bar in a broken
gold
toilet.
bar. Yeah.
Well, you haven't tried going to Spain and hiring her up for the running of the Denny Jr.
I did.
correct?
I did.
And you're ready to just leave her there.
I did. I just let her go.
Most deaths they've ever had at that
Yeah.
event.
Well,
No.
it was not announced, and she was just going through the street. There was no.
Well, the thing is, it's the first year that there were more bull deaths than people deaths.
right?
'Cause
'cause
she
Denny-
didn't run away. She ran right into them.
Well, yeah,
And she just punched them in the face. Her fists, they're like bazooka bullets or like whatever a bazooka fires.
Right.
And she just, she came home and she was picking bull horns out of her knuckles.
because it was the
for
people
days.
followed the bulls. The people were being run by the bulls, and the bulls were being run by Denny Jr.
That's right.
It's unbelievable.
That's right.
And she was uppercutting those bulls.
She was.
just launching them into
She
those
was.
beautiful, that beautiful countryside.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
They called her El Morte de Toro, which I don't know what that means.
I think it means the death of the bull.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? I thought it.
I believe
I
so.
thought it meant bull girl.
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
I mean, that's honestly, it's interesting to get this sort of shading into Danny Jr.'s backstory because honestly, we as her teachers don't have this kind of access to this kind of information, and it just is painting her in a completely different light. And your home life, honestly, the more you talk about your wife, the more I'm also scared for you and for.
I mean, it's really terrible that you live in that china shop.
It is.
Now that
is.
that's almost too on the nose.
Well, my wife, I guess you got to call her a terror.
Right.
For a terror, she loves pretty things. And
Yes.
she really wanted to, she likes those Laladro figurines.
Yeah.
Like it's like girls holding gooses. And
Classic Lalage.
yeah, like little boys and a puppy.
Yes. Right.
Or like there's one where there's like a little fella pushing a wheelbarrow, and in the wheelbarrow there's another little fella.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And they've all got. Are these ones with the rosiest cheeks?
Yes.
Yes. I know the ones.
And
Beautiful,
she's got them precious moments too.
Yes.
Yeah. And I want to tell you, those things hurt. They hurt. Like
yeah.
if you get a good if you whip them hard, they hurt.
They do. Yeah, it's a specific type of porcelain.
It
that'll
is.
chop you right up.
It is.
And break
It
it into
is.
little pieces, get in your
It's
skin.
wistful.
It is.
Yeah, because it's like something sweet,
Right.
but something that's not sweet.
Right. When you get cut by them, it feels sweet.
Right.
The
It's like you're getting bit by your great aunt, you know?
Yeah,
There's a
that's
little
right.
comfort and familiarity, but it still hurts.
Which
right.
is that's happened to all of us, right?
Yeah.
We've all been
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Or
of
it's
course,
like
relatable.
if Michelangelo's David was to fall on you.
Yes.
A thing of beauty.
Yes.
But oh boy.
Yeah. Tragedy.
Wow.
Tragedy.
Did happen to you, right, when you guys went to Italy?
That's
on your
true.
trip.
Yes.
That's true. I told her to get off of there. She was I'm talking about Denny Jr.
Yes.
She was very upset by the scale of the hands.
The scale upset her.
Yeah, because Michelangelo, he made the hands outsized. And I think it was to sort of to sense that like the duty of David that he had to society and to Christianity, to the church and to God. And but she was like, no, which means them hands are too big.
Right.
Because
And
we
then
should mention she is mostly nonverbal.
Yeah, you got to. But I mean, you all have figured it out by now.
we figured out her means of
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
clearly a choice on her end that she communicates with the fist.
She does. She does.
Rather than the word.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she's-
absolutely. She's a poet of the
Absolutely.
pugilist.
She is. She was pretty upset by how small the Mona Lisa was and really ripped up the Louvre.
Oh, she sure did.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. That was embarrassing.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
I blew up the Louvre years ago.
You
and a
did?
nervous
This is
breakdown,
part of his
and-
storyline. He blew up the
Yeah,
Louvre.
yeah, it was a tough
Really?
deal. Yeah, I had a breakdown. I think also in the Mona Lisa room. I
Yes.
think that might be the only thing we know about the Louvre.
And this show apparently takes place in the real world, so there was a rebuild of the Louvre at
Oh,
one
right.
point.
Oh, I remember
Surreptitious.
that. I saw that on TV.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that was another thing that happened in the Louvre. I guess we bring up the Louvre a lot. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'm obsessed with the Louvre. maybe.
Yep. Well,
I think it was polite of you too, because you took her to the running the bulls, then the ring of the Denny's, and you still said, "Hey, let's get some culture in while we're in Europe," because I know
Right.
your family doesn't get an opportunity to travel that often.
no, we don't. Farm work. There's a lot of farm work. Luckily, we left the boys at home.
Yeah.
Because they had been begging us, just get her out of the country. Just give us 2 weeks is all they wanted, and so we went to the airlines. We went to Alitalia.
Alley Tally.
Alitalia.
That's a good one.
And we said, this is a mission of mercy.
Right.
And all she had to do was smile at him, and they said, just get on there. Get on there.
And is it true that they drug her like by those strings underneath the plane, like a kind of?
Yep. It was a cargo net of some kind. And she said it got pretty cold.
Yeah, because they went up the full 15,000.
Oh, it was 33,000.
Oh, I don't know how
Yeah.
high planes go.
Yeah, she. I have a feeling she iced up
Yes.
just because when she got down, her clothes they were still a little crunchy. Yeah.
A father knows.
Yeah.
If your daughter's nice enough,
That's the kind of thing that only a father would recognize.
That's a
He's
gut
not going to
instinct.
get past
Once
it.
you guys got there, she thawed out, and you guys rode her around the Amalfi Coast.
She sure
for a bit.
did.
Yeah,
She sure
That
did.
was-
Yep.
must have been
She was-
beautiful.
yep. She actually. There's another thing I feel bad about. She ruined the Sicilian tuna rodeo.
Really?
No.
She ruined it.
So
I'm not familiar with this. There's how much of it is Sicilian, how much of it is tuna, and how much is like what I consider a rodeo to be?
Well, what it is, it's the harvest of the tuna. The bluefin are running, and the men get out there with just these, their little boats, and they put a big net in there, and they pull it up, and then there's all these big, football tuna, and we were just on a catamaran sightseeing, and I want to tell you, she saw those big old flopping tuna, and she went nuts.
she went crazy.
She went nuts. She chewed right through the net, chewed right through a couple of the men, chewed, and I mean, I'll tell you, you want to check the price of bluefin. It's expensive because
We saw that documentary about how it's
She
changed the
lowered
whole
the
ecosystem.
supply.
she
She
ruined
made
it.
a
ruined
dent
it.
in the actual supply of the tuna. That's really surprising.
Honestly, after we took her to a gator farm, it wasn't that former gator farm, I gotta say. It was not that surprising.
It's now a gator cemetery, right?
Now they just sell purses, shoes, and belts and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Some guy tap dances there.
Because she can really, a large animal, she's not so good with the small ones, but
Right.
she can just skin them
She doesn't have the
quick.
precision that
Yeah.
you need for a smaller animal.
No.
It's more
She
basic.
just gives it a bite and then she peels it like a banana.
Well, I guess that explains why.
It's got to be something with a thick hide, like
Yeah.
like a croc.
I guess that
alligator.
explains. I mean, we rummage through City Hall and find out who's declaring bankruptcy. That's one of our hobbies.
Sure.
Just so we can have that information on them and maybe shame them publicly if we need to.
You gotta do it.
You have to
You
know.
gotta do it.
I gotta have a dagger if somebody comes for me.
It's all about leverage.
Yes, and I guess that's why you're filing for bankruptcy is keeping up with all this food you have to feed Denny Jr.
Oh,
it must be expensive.
Yeah. Well, and settling claims from people, a lot of my fellow farmers and stuff, she'll go through their livestock. She'll just kind of, like you got a silo of corn, she'll just open her mouth at the bottom and just let her rip.
She loves corn?
She loves corn.
She'll suck down a whole silo.
She will. Well, I mean, she'll come back a couple times. I mean,
Yes.
she's not a monster.
That's interesting because I am obsessed with corn.
Yeah.
That's another good detail about our characters. You're learning our characters.
I am.
He blew up the lube.
I am.
I'm obsessed with corn.
I should come to school more.
You should.
Because your fellas are fun. I was afraid this was going to be like an interrogation session. Like
Right,
You were
no.
gonna,
No, we get interrogated enough on our own that we don't like to
Yes.
necessarily bring that on other people. We like to sort of see the good in people and talk about the good.
Yeah,
you
a
know?
detective usually once a week is pulling that lamp over on the detective table and good copying, bad copying us about something in town. that
Right,
we-
Yeah. Well, I'll get interrogated every once in a while if I'm just looking for a cup of coffee out of a styrofoam.
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, it's time to do something to get interrogated for. I need a cup of Joe for free. And I'll get refills and I'll move on to
So
not
you're
bad.
just stopping
That's
in
not
for
bad.
some shitty coffee out of
Yep.
a styrofoam mug.
That's right. If my
Okay.
mechanic's closed for the weekend or something like that, and I need a good cup of Joe, I'll get interrogated. I'll walk around a crime scene. I'll revisit crime scenes.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
type of thing.
they'll give you cigarettes too.
Oh, I'll
And,
go through a pack.
Yeah, and then like those little peanut butter crackers out of the vending machine.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
just keep bringing you those.
And sometimes
Do you have a favorite cup of coffee, Denny? We love mechanic coffee. We love courthouse coffee. Real dirty mug.
Sure.
Little dry creamer.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a place where you like to stop for coffee? or
Auto parts stores are good.
okay,
Oh,
like
there you go.
Yeah.
Napa. AutoZone.
I mean, nothing tastes better than a barista prepared coffee that's got somebody else's name on it. And you
That's
know
true.
what I mean.
So you like stealing
Yep.
That's
You
right.
like going.
It's it's like Russian roulette. You don't know what they ordered. You,
You
go
don't know
up
what
and you
they
just
order.
grab it.
It's a surprise, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like the one you're holding is all whipped cream. Somebody ordered.
It is, and because you notice my name is not Kamiko.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
So you swiped Kamiko's whipped cream and rolled on over.
What
Which
if-
I was kind of surprised because I didn't think Asian people could handle dairy.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't
think
mean
maybe
to be. I don't. I know it's not right to suppose things about different types of people.
Yes.
But I think that's a safe one.
Well,
right?
no, lactose
That's
intolerant.
statistically true.
We can throw that around about
all right.
every race.
All
I
right.
think.
Well, we're also lactose intolerant. So fuck
Oh,
you
yes.
if you're lactose
Oh,
intolerant.
yes.
You know?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So far, they haven't come for us hating people who are lactose intolerant.
But they
Fingers
will.
crossed.
They will.
They're not going to let us have that either.
Right. Forced yogurt feedings and things like that.
Yeah.
We know their agenda.
Oh,
We're
I
not
guess we just
buying
have to
it.
turn the other cheek.
Yep.
I'm not trying Sigis or whatever it looks like on the label. You know
is
that
that?
brand Siggi's or
Yeah, it's that Icelandic
yeah,
yogurt.
yeah.
It's from
Oh,
Iceland.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love an Icelandic. I like any sort of boom. So we had the Greek yogurt boom, and then another country was like, let's get it going.
Yep.
Iceland got in the mix. So now I'm trying different ethnicities.
There's
of yogurt.
Australian yogurt.
Is there
too.
Australian
There
yogurt?
is. It's
Yes.
like called wallaby. They're like Australia's got like 6 things.
Why are we importing more yogurt?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm only eating oat milk right now because that's the new thing you throw in your coffee. I'm going all oatmeal.
The other ones didn't taste enough like dirt, so I started doing oat milk in there, and now I'm finally getting my cup of Joe with that right amount of field flavor.
Yes. It really takes everything about coffee and takes it away, which is what I like from my creamer.
And when I sip it, I go, that was worth $1 extra.
What's good about it too is that you drink less coffee because you have to put in about 1/3 coffee and 2/3 oat milk to get it the right color.
It's true. It's mostly the color is so important.
Yeah.
'Cause we
keep
don't-
pouring and pouring and pouring, and it's
Yeah.
still, you know.
This looks like somebody's barn.
Yeah.
It's like a dark brown. No thanks.
yeah, no.
No
And if you're
thanks.
anything like me, you're just overflowing all over the little station, right? You're pouring in your oat milk, and I don't know what do I sip this? I guess I'll just let it pour all over the place.
Yeah, they follow me around at that station now when I get there because it is a mess when I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there shaking the little thing.
You're out. You're out of half and
Yeah.
half. I've used it all.
You put so much powdered cinnamon on top of your.
I was so glad they added powdered cinnamon.
Yeah.
Because in your coffee, honey and stevia is not enough. You need a little kick in there. And so I do the powdered cinnamon and I kind of top it off a lot.
Yeah, you mostly do half a cup of sugar in the raw,
Oh, yeah.
slight splash of coffee, powdered cinnamon.
And that's an iced coffee so that I can be chewing that sugar in the raw. It's never dissolving in there.
And I bet that it's not bad. People would think you're like have an air of mystery, you know,
I do. People do look at me that way.
like
Yeah.
you're European or something.
Yes.
Yes, and-
Always be weird at the coffee stand. People will be jealous of you. They'll be
I
like,
come in with
where's he from?
Yeah.
If they see me, you see me there. I got my small notebook, my long scarf, and my confusing coffee, and everyone's like French.
Yep.
You're
At the-
screaming about your screenplay.
At the milk and sugar stand, what I like to do, just because I'm so powerless in my life, I'll bring my laptop and I'll set it up right in front of there. Spread my elbows real big and answer emails.
You set up on the coffee
Yeah.
station.
Right,
That
you know,
is-
from like 7:30 a.m. to about 8:40 a.m.
Because 80% of the people who walk in there are going to be so non-confrontational, they're only going to kind of roll their eyes at
Oh,
you.
some of them get real mad.
Oh, they do.
And real loud, yeah. But I got Bose headphones. I got them at Costco. They had made a new model, and I got the old one cheap.
Yeah. I saw you go into a Starbucks the other day, swipe off all the Nora Jones CDs and set up right there by the register.
I did that too.
You just slam that Biscoff cracker
Yeah.
on the ground.
I was like, 1 second. I got more spam to filter.
Oh, you're still going through your spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
got
I start there first.
what if you
and you
miss a
call
good
every
one?
number in there, right? You just to double check.
I answer the emails.
Yes.
When I get spam, I answer them back, or if there's a link, I click on it, and then I'm like, is this legit?
Right.
I ask them,
Yes.
are you legit?
Excuse me, can I speak to Chinese Ray-Bans?
That's right.
Yeah.
I like this because it's not that you are being fooled by it.
No.
You think it could be spam.
It might be
But
re-
you do want to get to the bottom of
You
it.
know how it is, because someone will say, I emailed you about it, and you're like, I never got it. And then you look, and there it is in your spam.
Yes.
So who's to say all those other ones aren't legit? You got to ask, are you legit?
It's a great question because I've heard if you ask if something's legit, they have to respond.
Oh,
They have
absolutely.
to tell you the truth.
It's entrapment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they can't.
They will.
pretend.
Like they're not. It's like they got that fellow's not from Ghana.
Yeah.
And he's not a prince.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as herbal Viagra.
And they'll be super apologetic if you ask them.
Yeah.
They'll tell you
No,
the
they
truth.
understand. They're not bad. They're just trying to make a living.
I heard you ran a MacBook Pro into the ground in less than 12 minutes. You just lit it up.
I did.
Yeah, you
I
downloaded a
did.
lot of .exes.
I did. I clicked on. There was like a a virus that was actually binary code that turned into an acid.
Whoa.
And it just melted.
Melted it down.
Yeah, it just melted it. Yeah.
Your computer has the coronavirus. Is that true?
It does. It does.
That's devastating.
Man, well,
It does.
I tell you, Denny, it's only now at the end of our time here that
Yeah.
we've really got into you personally.
Yeah.
There was enough there. I mean, I could sit and talk to you about yourself, not your daughter, for another half an
Yeah,
hour. But
I mean,
unfortunately, I think we're about out of time.
I think it's really been an amazing to see what you've dealt with Denny Jr. has really turned you into a well-rounded man who has a lot of interest. And,
Thank you.
like, I think I'd like to see you around school more often,
I will try. I mean, if you hadn't have stopped me, I would have had to leave now because I got to get home and start grinding the meat for dinner.
Yeah.
And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you need any, but I sell. This is another thing about my character. I just came up with a product called the beef diaper, and it replaces that little meat pad that goes under ground beef.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah, you hate me too.
I hate those.
That's why I developed the beef diaper. It's a little more absorbent. It doesn't stick to the meat when you slam
Right.
it in the pan. And so all you have to do is get some ground chuck, say from your local butcher. You
That's
pull,
good.
you pull the beef. You take the Saran wrap off the top. You get the beef out. You put the beef diaper down. You replace that meat pad. You put the beef diaper down. You put the beef back on it, and then you put the Saran wrap back on the top. What do you think about that? Do you think it's pretty good? Because I was just roasted pretty hard.
Wait, you're saying you go to the store and open up the packages of beef?
No, you buy it
Right.
with the meat pad, the faulty meat pad.
Yeah.
And you
They're all faulty.
they're all faulty. These
Yep.
things are
Okay.
And then you replace the meat pad with my beef diaper.
With the beef diaper.
Yes, and then you can cook the meat right there if you want to, or you can package it back up. But you need to put the beef diaper in there pretty soon.
And
All
it's
right.
cute. It has little wings, sometimes little drawings
Winnie
on
the
it, like a
Pooh's on it.
pamper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are calling them repurposed diapers, which I hear the complaint.
Now,
I hear
Denny,
the complaint.
have you ever bought a product that required a 3-minute explanation of what it was with a lot of follow-up questions and still not full clarity?
Sure.
Okay, well, you're perfect fit for the beef
You're the
diaper.
In fact,
perfect
what
demo.
I wanted to say is, this is no Shark Tank, but I'd like to get in on that.
Is that true?
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Well, so far, I was Guinness Book of World Records came in and awarded me shortest Shark Tank experience because I was quickly asked to leave.
That seems like a weird category.
Guinness these days,
Guinness-
they're really
They have
going out
blown out
reaching.
their category.
they're
Reaching, all right.
They're reaching. They're rebranding themselves with very specific world records. But so far, I did get Byron Allen on as an investor, and I go on Comics Unleashed every night, and I talk about the beef diaper with Harlan Williams, Lisa Lampanelli, and
JB Smoove.
JB Smoove. And Byron Allen throws me softball, Bill, what's going on with your beef at home? Is it leaking all over the place? And then I tell him about the beef diaper.
Right.
So
and
if you
does
want,
he act incredulous?
he does.
Yeah.
He's not
He's
listening.
good. He would be good at that.
Yeah. He's not listening at all. I think he's just thinking about the Weather Channel, which he
Right.
owns. I don't know.
He's smart. He's
smart.
made a good living out of junkets. He goes to junkets, which are free, and makes TV shows out of
It's
them.
unbelievable.
Honestly, it's like making food out of air.
He's a smart guy. So
Yeah.
I offered him 10% immediately of beef diaper. And I don't know, you're looking to get out of being so underwater. Here you got a lot of
Sure.
overhead.
That's right.
So spending money on Bill's idea is a good idea
Right.
for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you could come on, just offer. I just need a little bit of investment up top to get more actual inventory. A little bit of I need a media coach to help me with the pitch and the
Okay.
follow up questions and fielding those, and kind of coming up with a business plan.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what I can give you. I can give you a gold bar,
That's right.
but you probably want to get it steamed or something first.
So you have a shit covered gold bar that your daughter
I
pooped
sure
out
do.
into
I sure
a broken
do.
toilet.
I sure do.
Good.
But the thing is, too, is that her fecal matter's caustic.
Oh.
So you don't want to touch it with your bare hands.
Are we
I mean,
talk-
I don't know why you would anyway.
No, it's always good to warn someone about
Yeah,
feces.
yeah.
Is it
Yeah, you
like
never know.
feces
You never know.
You
Yeah, some people aren't squeamish about
No.
fecal matter.
So, I mean, this story, I can imagine the tale in 50 years. A small company started with 10% of Byron Allen's money and a shit-covered gold bar.
Yeah. Well, that's
The
huge.
beef
And
diaper.
do you want a certain?
that's America is
That's-
what that is.
That
That's
is
exactly
it.
really
right.
is.
That's the American
What
dream.
were you gonna say, Bill?
Oh, is it what percentage are you looking for here for the gold bar?
No, whatever.
Okay, I'll
Whatever
give you
you-
70%.
All right.
Bill, no.
That's good.
I've always been good at negotiating.
Yep.
I'll give you 70%. That means you control beef diaper, but I get the gold bar,
All
which
right.
I don't even know what the price of gold is right now, but I'm assuming a lot.
All righty.
All right, well, Denny.
Fervent handshake between Denny and Bill.
Big, all the way to the ground, all the way to the ceiling handshake. Wow.
That is a deal. That is a real
Honestly,
deal.
Wow.
Danny,
Wow.
who knew when you came in today that Bill would find his angel investor?
This is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Denny.
and I'll tell you, it was really nice to sort of get a flip behind the curtain is what I was going to say, but it should have
Well,
been
that's
peek.
no. That's the flip.
A peek behind the curtain to see what's going on in Denny Jr.'s life, and now maybe we're armed with a little extra information when we have to interact with her around campus.
Yes.
And we really appreciate you being here, Denny.
Yes, thank you, Denny.
It was a blast listening to all your stories.
Best of luck with your monstrous daughter.
No,
Yes.
no problem. Like I said, just dart her. You got my permission if you want to dart her.
We're gonna dart her your daughter.
Daughter, your daughter.
But yeah, thank you, Denny, again, and thank you everybody out there for listening. And until next time,
Stay flippy.
Class is out and the coffee's on. I got a couple things on my chest, but I got to get off. Cut me some slack and pour me a cup of that joy. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge. Let's wrap it up and hit the road.
If you enjoyed the Teacher's Lounge, make sure to check out their bonus mini episodes available on Stitcher Premium. Just go to stitcherpremium.com/teacher and use promo code TEACHER for your first month free. Also, the guys would like to thank Casey Trela, who made the incredible theme song for the show. You can check out his music at Casey Trela, that's Trela, on Twitter. Finally, the Teacher's Lounge has a lot of great merch available. Just go to podswag.com/teacher and see for yourself. Thanks for listening.
Here